Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Hello everyone and welcome back to more Nanyang Championships. We are in the NA Qualifier in our second series today. It's paiN Gaming going against Team Fire. We just witnessed in game number 1, paiN Gaming actually looking like the sharper, more crisp team. They had a great game plan. A bit of a struggle at the start for like a Broodmother, but all in all, they got exactly what they needed done.
I was really impressed by both squads, but especially paiN Gaming. This has always been a team kind of on the radar for the American scene, but never had a big breakthrough. Still, I wouldn't consider winning game 1 of the best of 3 against Fire a breakthrough, but showing a lot of potential there. So if they can get a 2-0, if they can move forward and kind of ride the momentum, definitely a team I could see being a contender in this American qualifier for Nanyang Championship.
We'll see if that's the case or not as we hop into the draft for game number 2. No surprise, Fire are going to be eliminating some of the top first picks here. They get rid of the Lesh and then the Naga follow-up. On the side of paiN, they're rid of the Spirit Breaker and the Bounty Hunter. This leaves top options like your Lina, like your Tusk. We'll have to see what they decide to go for here with their first precious pick.
I think similar bans to last game. Maybe Lina was banned last game instead of like Spirit Breaker, but last game it was Tusk as well as Gyrocopter left in. Fire first pick Tusk and paiN got Gyro, but I think paiN may just stick with the Gyro considering how well they did with it. But
there it is.
They'll do so.
Like that C-Deck factor almost. Yeah. Just like we love this Gyro, we play it well, we're going to get it when we can. Yeah. But that means Alina could be responded. I think almost Fire just kind of preemptively knew they could be going for the Gyro like you called out. Leaving out the option like the Lina, though, could be a bit scary against the Gyro, especially if they put this Lina in a core position, which I imagine they have to do at this point.
Oh yeah, mid Lina is great here to have like come mid game against Gyro. Lots of burst damage. Gyro, if you just try and rush a BKB to deal with it, then Lina gets an Ags earlier. If you go for the SMY build, Lina can maybe go greedier, go Bloodstone before the Ag Scepter. So I also like they go for the Earthshaker, not the Tusk. I just think it's picking up a stable roaming support, a good combo here with the Lina. Can really apply a little bit of extra pressure in the mid lane. Kind of works very nicely there for Fire.
Yeah, I would wager this is a support Earthshaker. I don't see Moo play the offlane Earthshaker a whole lot. They still have plenty of options if they want to build on more of the team fight. Darkseer is something that Moo does go for, and even the Clockwork are still both great offlane options if this will be indeed a support Earthshaker. I'm curious if paiN is going to maybe just pull out another fancy ace here. What if they're a team that likes to start running the Tusk Techies again? I mean, who really knows? Or, you know, is now that they grab a Tusk, is really Brood still out of the equation or not? We don't know exactly what goes on behind the doors of paiN Gaming, and with a one-game advantage now, maybe they decide to continue to keep things spicy.
Oh yeah, I'd like that. Or even just going for something less like crazy but still kind of a bit cheesy is the Tusk Undying. Like you have that dual lane in the off lane, you pressure whatever carry FireDota, especially if it's an Earthshaker support. You can't easily fight into Tusk Undying with that kind of a tri lane, and you've got the Gyrocopter, so that really strong safe lane carry dealing with a Tusk Undying is on your side already. So we'll see, but Fire may just want to ban out a Brood here. I guess the option for a Tusk support and a Brood offlane is still there.
I mean, if they want to entice paiN to continue with the Brood, having an Earthshaker isn't too bad, and a Lina, and then they can always still follow it up with that Darkseer, let's say, or even an Axe that's still out there. They are reserving their offlane spot for now, but I don't think that it could be acknowledged, and it's actually paiN who themselves will ban out the Undying. FireDota rid of the Ember Spirit, and you can now see why. They're going to be going with the third pick Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, nice combo. Something you can do when you have that well, your first pick, but then you get coming into that, or your second pick, but coming into the second pick stage, you have first pick right after a ban. So you ban out probably one of the better heroes to counter the PL, and then you immediately pick the PL before your opponents can respond. So
what other good options now for paiN to help with this PL? Winter Wyvern is one of the first ones that does pop out to me. Splinter Blast can help. If you can maybe use his own illusions against him with the help of a Winter's Curse.
Bam. Got him.
Winter Wyvern.
Good call. Between Wyvern, Gyro, Tusk, I think I don't think you have to go all out trying to pick counter heroes towards the PL. They're going to look probably more to, at this point now they've got the good counter with the Winter Wyvern. They can make a more well-rounded draft. That's going to suit their style and how they want to play this.
There's the Darkseer for Moo. Comfort pick. We saw him rep this in their grand final matchup of BTS Americas when he was still playing for Root, along with TC and Fluff and company. And that was the crazy game where it ended up going into that 80-90 minute threshold. And Darkseer seems to be one of those heroes that when you get to the 80-90 minute, if you guys didn't see this, you need to go check out the VOD for the BTS America Grand Final. Around 80-90 minutes and you have a Darkseer in your game, things just get strange. She starts turning into fire. There's a poltergeist that appears in the game. It was really crazy. Fingers crossed this isn't really a game that we're going to be going into that of a distance, but just something that always makes me chuckle now that I see Moo play Darkseer once again. But it adds a lot to the team fight overall. It's just a solid pick.
There's a PL. This could go late.
Oh, man.
We'll see what the teams get. paiN Gaming looking for their mid and second support, I imagine. TA is going to be their mid, so just go for a more farming-based meta hero that's not going to get immediately or easily blown up by Lina. So if you can time the refractions for the Laguna, you're in your gravy. And even just blocking the other two spells means you're less likely to get down to that threshold where Laguna will finish you off.
She's got that bit of splash, helps with the illusions, and it was last game Fire did that respect ban on the Templar while paiN was on Radiant side, and we were kind of like, it seems a bit interesting. Well, seems pretty apparent now that paiN might just consider TA a comfort hero for them or something, because they're not afraid to just grab it up at a moment's notice when still available here. So now they recognize this. I'm sure Fire is like, okay, we got to make sure we get all of our bases covered for your TA. Make sure you got that sentry handy for mid lane. If I guess the motto goes, at least if you're a strong TA player, if you get that second trap down, you're probably dead. So being able to have the wherewithal and when the pressure could be coming from a TA with that help of the sentry could be very
the other
nice.
thing which you'd really like to is be able to contest the Ancients too, or at least block them off. But not that, PL is a bit greedier. Darkseer also takes a bit longer to come online, so it may just not be possible to do. They may just have to accept TA is going to get farm. We'll see how Fire approaches that. It maybe depends a bit on their last pick support hero as well. They may even put Lina on a support when they see the TA. That's the other option if Fire decide they want something a bit more suited for versing a TA in the mid lane.
Look at the final ban from Fire. They don't want to even risk anything spicy. They just rid of the techies. Now they see that paiN are not afraid to pull out something funky. I think it's the appropriate thing to do. So they rid of the techies. paiN on the other side, rid of the Dazzle here. FireDota, they have to reach for some of the other available support options. Unless, as you said, they could be converting this Lina to a support position. We'll see here.
So as far as supports go, you've got the Iron Shell already to deal with the refraction, I guess. If you maybe want more than that, there is heroes like you go for a Witch Doctor with the Maledict to help you out. There's Jakiro.
Venomancer.
The Venom support. That's a classic.
Keep the Ancient in check with wards at all times while bothering the mid lane Templar. There it is, baby. Or they could switch. Why they switch Lina to like support and grab like the Viper, something dirty like that.
I feel like switching Lina to support's viable, especially when Lina can even catch up and farm a Yules when PL decides to rotate to the. Or if you want to remove the PL to the jungle, you can, and then Lina gets a lane to farm. But I imagine if they do that, then you're looking at something like a Shadow Fiend or a Viper. I think Viper is like kind of. It's good against the TA and all, but it's kind of just very one-dimensional. And
a bit blasé.
I think you're kind of better off going for like a Shadow Fiend rather than a Viper ultimately, even if it's not a hero that necessarily counters the TA.
What about thoughts on maybe Quap then? If you want to swap the Quap to maybe the mid lane, I'm sure Shadow Strike could help a bit.
And that's where you put the Sentry down, and you can just guarantee you can't Meld Strike dodge those Shadow Strikes with the Sentry mid, but. We'll see. Then the other annoying thing is going to be there's going to be a potential Wyvern in the mid lane throwing Arctic Burns at whichever mid hero you pick on the Fire side.
What about AA? Ancient Apparition, if they keep Lina as a mid laner and an Ancient Apparition support Disruptor.
It's Whitebeard. It's the classic Whitebeard.
The Whitebeard. This guy, I figured his name was Whitebeard just for how much he played Disruptor back at the TI4 Qual.
Yeah.
He was playing for Snot at the time, if I'm not mistaken. Played it so much that they're like, you know what? Stop playing it. And they actually started banning it in the first phase.
Yeah.
And it's not even like Disruptor was like a huge hero. There's like, you know what? Maybe if we just get him off that hero, he'll be outside of his comfort zone on some other support.
No one else was playing the hero, but
10 seconds
Snot,
remaining.
and Snot were just every single game. Whitebeard Disruptor. Yeah, that was some. I remember his like Blink Dagger Disruptor making plays all over the place.
I wonder if he is going to be the one to play it. That means Fluff would be playing the Earthshaker.
Yeah, it's normally Fluff playing that more, the more zoning support, I guess you would say. The roaming role kind of maybe falls more towards Whitebeard, but we'll see. Fluff on the Shaker could also make sense.
It's very nice with Disruptor too, I'd have to say, is when if the Tusk does a committed snowball forward with whoever it may be, could lead them into a unfortunate static storm. Could be very easy to connect, lock them down, kinetic field follow up, and it could be a disaster. That means then the Darkseer will be right there, vacuum wall, Earthshaker Echo. Nature's Prophet. Haven't seen this guy in quite a while unless you're watching an Alliance game, but Tavo, again, showing that he has the deep offlane hero pool and happy to go into the deep end.
Curious as well. It's not a hero that... I mean, you've got a PL, so the split push is not necessarily going to be a problem. You've got great pick-off potential coming out of Disruptor with Glimpse. You've got Jo who can just fight the Nature's Prophet and deal with the split push. Earthshaker with pick-off potential. Lena suggests they have something maybe more like mid-game 5-man oriented in mind. It's just, to me, not going to be a game where a Nature's Prophet's going to be able to pressure through split push alone.
Maybe he'll do the famous Bone 7 smoke courier kill right at the start.
10 seconds
And they'll
remaining.
never see it coming. But he could be a bit of a headache to deal with. We already
5
saw his
seconds
micro skills
remaining.
with Brood in the last game, and those little Broodlings. I'm sure he has just as much talent with these little Treon protectors.
Yeah,
Curious to see.
There's a few of them to micro, so you're good.
Let's see here. All right, folks, we're getting into action here. This is game number 2 of our second series today. paiN Gaming, the Brazilian squad, going to be going against Team Fire, formerly Void Boys / Roots / however else you want to say it. But here we go. It was an upset starting things off with paiN Gaming taking 1. And if Fire are to lose this, they're not going to be eliminated yet from Nanyang. They can battle their way from the lower bracket in the best of ones, the very scary best of ones. As we get things started, it looks like Tusk is going to put down his early obs into the mid lane here, giving, I imagine being their TA, HFN, a bit of that extra high ground vision to be in a bit more of a comfortable position and aggressing against this pesky Lena.
Yep. And they've scattered the Darkseer bottom. They see the ward on him, so they're going to, once again, block move from getting down an early ward in this offlane. Again, not TPing down here to plop it early, which is what you see a lot of offlaners doing these days, and I think it is hurting him a bit. Last game, he got immediately dewarded. He just got pressured pretty heavily in the lane as well, so something that paiN are using to their advantage.
Whitebeard is not playing the Whitebeard one.
Aww.
We'll be handing it over to Fluff, who is typically one to play the more selfless kind of a hero, and Whitebeard will rep the Earthshaker, no harm in that. But it looks like the bottom rune will be obtained here from paiN Gaming, even hiding ADR inside the Roche pit, but there will be no confrontation. It looks like Fire are going to take their own rune here at the top. 747 will grab that as Jo takes his PL all the way up to the top lane, and of course HFN will be grabbing the rune on his Templar Assassin, with getting some assistance from the block from Tusk. You could say the same the other side for Fluff. So pretty much a mirrored setup here for the mid laner. Just goes to show that both teams put a lot of priority in their mid laner being very successful.
Oh yeah, and for now, no help at top for the PL. So immediately, Nature's Prophet messes with the creep equilibrium. Will actually, oh no, his Treant expired. That's unfortunate.
Oh, I saw it die right there at the end. He quickly makes a new one, and we'll have to go right back into work.
But it's just a PL for now, so he's actually not in risk of dying quite yet. But Disruptor's on the way from the river, and could be looking for Tavo shortly. He needs to be sending Treants and picking up the next wave or two, although that's exactly what Fire will probably be looking to prevent.
Yeah, Whitebeard's going to be on the side. If he gets off a good fissure block and then Fluff trails in from behind, hasn't committed the point yet, but if it's a glimpse and he can close enough to him, it will send him all the way back packing here. And is it going to be the glimpse pop? It is. He walks close. There's going to be the glimpse. Are they going to be there in time to block in front of him? It doesn't look like it. Whitebeard waiting with the fissure there. It's going to be connected. Couldn't find a good angle to block him. They're trying to commit with the doppelganger, but it might be a bit too far, and it will be. They'll have to pull back And it looks like Tavo is going to be A-okay. It's a lot of punishment, but he has a wealth of tangos to chew through.
Yeah, he's got the creep wave at his tower too, so this will work out quite nicely as far as getting up to level 2.
Moo, getting a bit of harassment himself, is level 2, so he does have the surge and will make it away from trouble.
Yeah.
So pressure on both offlaners.
Yeah, both offlaners getting a lot of creeps pushed their way, getting XP, and Moo even getting a few CS here and there, so he's having a pretty swell time, and both teams kind of committing a tri lane here, so solo offlaners getting XP versus tri lanes is success in itself.
And for the mid lane matchup, already a strong start. 8-4 for HFN. On the other side, Suzy currently sporting a 6-1 CS game right now. And does have that early sentry ward I was talking about, which certainly helped get rid of that high ground bit of vision. I don't think it will last long enough towards the level 6 mark where those traps could come out, but it might. We'll have to see how quickly they can pull in that XP.
Yeah, and didn't actually... The Radiant ward is over close to the rune, so it didn't actually get dewarded.
Oh, pretty unfortunate there.
But will prevent any kind of meld play, but I mean, he hasn't even gone for meld and isn't doing so. He got 2 points, a second point in the side blade, something you see often against range heroes.
Close glimpse, pull back on the top lane, nicely set up. Tavo's going to go for the immediate TP and will make it away. Yeah. Spirit Lance comes, but it's a little too late.
And that's mana use from Jayo, which is kind of, he's got a clarity, but...
Oh, first blood's going to be happening all the way on the bottom, just as they go for the offlaner in the top lane. They make a play themselves. They make the move onto Moo, and they will be able to finish him off. Very curious there. I guess maybe just the Arctic Burn slow. Actually, Arctic Burn was not used at that point. It's just coming off cooldown now. It's maybe just a simple chase down, getting hold of a good rocket barrage.
Yeah, Gyro with boots, making some plays happen. The Ancient Sex not working on the paiN side. It has been blocked by fire, so at least for now, limiting the farm potential of a TA by blocking those Ancients, which is, I'd say, very important to do. This hero just the best in the game at farming Ancients nowadays, at least as far as the first 10-15 minutes go.
And nowadays, the flash farm capability seems to be all the rage. You know, you got your Leshraks, your Storm Spirits, your Ember Spirits, all these heroes very capable of flash farming very fast and getting themselves up and above. And being able to use that power advantage can pretty much end the game in itself. And now they'll see that the stack is there, but not stacked. So yeah, they'll get the intel.
He used the sentry ward mid lane as well to de-sentry the mid lane, which means he can't actually unblock it. But it's about to expire, so we'll see if he goes for another stack anytime soon. But for now, he's just happy to stack the neutrals rather than the Ancients.
Whitebeard waits for a 4-minute rune. It's going to be a bounty. Tavo is going to be sad, so hits him once. Get the hell away. And we'll bring him down. That leaves a haste at bottom here for Tusk. Is it enough to make a committed go onto this bottom lane Moo, who is pushed forward a little bit? And they see him. Yeah, they see him. Oh, they certainly could go for this if they want to.
Yeah, the Gyro's got creeps under his tower. That's the main thing here, is they've got to wait for the Gyro to be able to pressure up with them.
Oh, they're not going for it. He actually saved the haste instead for HFN. Lane, yeah, so HFN will take it.
HFN is hoping to get a kill out of this on the lane. That's kind of why you would...
Oh, but Moo's in trouble. He already used his surge. He's hugging the creep, hoping to mitigate the rest of the rocket barrage, but that's not happening as the Arctic Burn also does come in from ADR. Moo goes down again in the off lane.
And HFN, with this haste rune, holding on to it, maybe waiting for his level 6 before he goes for a potential kill on this Lina. And that's where, yeah, things will look really dangerous mid for Lina when TA hits 6 and Tusk maybe even looks for a snowball in.
Yep, Tusk gets the pull on the stack. Big stacks already in waiting here for HFN. If he wants to go and do that, we'll see. There it is. As you called it out, the haste is going to get popped, but so is the snowball. Shard's not going to be able to block, though. Instead, he's the one who's going to get blocked. Coming in from Whitebeard, a big fissure and a nice kill. Fire get themselves on the board now. It becomes 2-1 here. Top lane also making a move on Tavo here with the Spirit Lance coming out. Doppelganger forward. Jo wants the finish, and there's a glimpse to help secure it coming out from Fluff. That's 2 kills across the board, and that will even the game up 2-2.
The Ice Shards block, and TA hadn't quite hit 6. They went in almost a bit too early, it felt like. And unfortunately, that really kind of hurts. Well, it's more that it helps Lina in the mid lane. The TA is still farming fine, hasn't hurt the TA's lane whatsoever. It's more just giving Fire a nice little boost. Top lane Jay in trouble, though.
Yep, and not only that, it's the TP from Tavo. He sees you. He is out the trees, should be able to right-click him down. Jo has no mana, and there's going to be no help. Fluff, no level in the kinetic field. It's just, unfortunately, wrong place, wrong time, and you know, you don't have to go against the Nature's Prophet very often, but that guy can't teleport. Shows up behind him and helps him finish him off. Moo! Oh, man, look at the damage coming out from Rocket Barrage. Pew, pew, pew. They won't be able to get him down. Man, ADR is putting Moo in check in this off lane.
Yeah, he's put in work, and Moo is really struggling. This is just like the solo gyrocopter. Like even the first blood, you kind of mentioned it, there was no no Arctic Burn even used. ADR is just doing this all on his own. Picks up a salve and some more casual items back at base. He has gotten a ton out of this lane. Normally, you see heroes struggling against Darkseer. You don't get perfect CS, but he's making up for it with all the kills he's getting.
It's feeling like just unfortunate timing for the use of the Surge. Maybe it's the Arctic Bird coming out at the start, forces the Surge out. When he makes his return back to the lane, that's when Gyrocopter makes his move, knowing that Surge is going to be on cooldown. And it's clearly shown to be enough here. But look, they want revenge here.
He's got a lot of one
behind.
charges.
And there we go. Man, he's still eating all of that rocket barrage damage. The Fisher finally comes out, but Moo with that Ion Shell. Oh, no. Backing is not going to be very effective, and they don't want to commit inside of this call down. ADR will not go down, and he will TP to safety. Back to base. It's going to be, unfortunately, a gank that comes up short.
Yep. And Proper could even TP in there. That was just not going to work mid lane, though.
Yep, they're making a go. 747, a bit out of position, but now they're actually making a go on HFN. Refraction's going to be popped, and we'll be fine. No bloodshed here.
Yeah. HFN is still getting his farm with the side blades from afar, and yeah, his farm is well up there. He's out CSing Lina, has the neutrals to fall back on, which has been stacked continuously as well, so things looking good for the paiN mid laner.
Bottom, they do plant a new ward right behind the tower as they await the approach of ADR back. Moo is a bit low on the health and mana, so he can't really hang around too long, and it looks like Whitebeard is going to take his adventure elsewhere. But yeah, man, ADR 3-0 already on this gyrocopter, so pretty damn swole with his phase boots already in hand. Just happy to sit here by his lonesome. That means that their supports can move around, find their own bit of XP. Cat has been very mobile this game, still level 4 at this point. And HFN is very, very low here as he flirts with these creeps. But he's also getting pretty stacked. Power Tread's already done in about 1,200 gold.
Yeah, just playing kind of greedy, farming the neutrals there, even on low HP, just knowing he's kind of safe. And it opened up the mid lane a bit for like your supporting cast to get some XP. So just kind of bit of selfless play, but at the same time you're being greedy by farming on low HP and you're not really missing out on all too much. Again, Fire though, blocking off the Ancients, so these Ancients cannot be stacked on the paiN side, and this has kind of been a continuous contest for the two teams here, which has been Fire kind of coming out on top, denying at least some farm from the TA.
They're really adding the pressure right now onto this tier 1 top lane if possible. ADR is not going to be able to do the same. Already scurries back as Moo does make his return. This time he has Fluff by his side. Fluff just forwarding some boots, but you know, really for someone like Disruptor, more important, you just get a lot of the levels if possible. You get like a level 3 Glips, you're fine. Uh-oh, he walks right into trouble. He is dead instantly. Oh, that is the dark alley you do not want to be walking down after hours.
They've got these double dire wards behind the tower, but to me, the danger zone is, exactly where he died, and that's where the Radiant have vision, so I think he needs to be these two dire wards are great if you're pressuring the tower, but Darkseer is constantly low. He's kind of in catch-up mode with how good of a start the gyrocopter had, and I don't think they can really push into this gyro right now. Level 8 phase wand, Aquila Bracer, almost a completed drum of endurance, just 100 gold short. I don't think you're getting aggressive towards bottom. These wards, I mean, they're normally it'd be fantastic, but with the current state, not looking like they can achieve much.
Bit of a sticky start already for Team Fire, and what is their, it's a game 2. An elimination match could force them into the lower bracket. They're not able to come out on top, so for paiN, however, definitely turning some heads with their performance already.
Oh, yeah.
Tavo pinging out the stack knows that the Ancients are not spawning, so something is fishy. There is a sentry there indeed. They continue to put work in on this top tier 1. Jayo has been muscling his way here for quite a while, has his Aquila built up. Where is he looking to go from here? 1,300 gold? How are you feeling here? Is this a straight to defusal kind of a game, or stepping off along the way for maybe drums first and foremost? Yasha.
He may be saving for Boots of Travel is another possibility.
Yes.
He's got his basics, so I think we may see Boots of Travel, and then he looks to TP for some cleanup in some fights that may happen. Lina's got Yule, so Lina could go. Lina's probably going to look to smoke. Yeah, okay. Immediately smokes with the Earthshaker. These heroes look to smoke. And PL's not ready to join this fight, doesn't have the boots to travel yet, but potentially in future, that's kind of going to be the general game plan, is your teammates initiate a fight. If they can kind of trade evenly at worst, or ideally get a bit of an edge, PL then TP's in, and PL's the ultimate cleanup hero.
They're moving in. ADR is drawing Moo. Ramu is drawing ADR towards trouble. There's the Yules. There's the stun. Bada bing, bada boom. No Laguna going to be necessary here. And they finally take down that pesky gyrocopter. That is his dominating streak. Going to be handed over now to Jo, of all people. An extra 371 gold.
He did TP in, and now he buys boots of travel.
Oh, Moo. Be careful there, buddy.
Yeah,
got knocked in the noggin right there from the Nature's Prophet ultimate. And he's like, I got to get out. I got to go.
I think they really wanted this bottom tier 1 tower because they have all this vision behind the tower. It's so safe for them to push. They get such a good advantage should a fight break out of this. So they're like, look, let's just rotate in PL even. Let's make sure we get the gyro kill, turn it into a tower, and then they get the trade at top though on the side of paiN. So paiN kind of make what they can out of it, although ultimately it is a Fire edge getting the gyro kill.
Battle of the supports in mid lane. Fluff trying to get a bit of his solo XP. Same goes for Cat on the other side, just trying to get a soul ring. Such a nice grab for your Winter Wyvern. Means you can freely spam out these pesky things. Ice shards. My god, the range is so good on those. So easily able to kind of keep lanes pushed back, draw aggro away from towers, and do some respected nuke damage here. As you see Fluff brought down pretty low. He's just trying to get some levels up. Get to his level 7. Get that level 4 glimpse, I imagine. But has yet to make a debut of his Static Storm here with his team.
HFN completed Desolator, by the way. He's going to quickly become a big threat. Very fast, and if he can, I think he may even just continue to power farm until he has Blink, and then you're looking at trying to find a DD rune to take Roshan. You're looking for pickoffs on squishy heroes like Disruptor.
Oh, Susie now grabbed an Invis rune under a ward, so ADR knows what's up. He's like, I gotta hide.
Yep.
I thought he was like going to be next level and actually look right into that crevice, but instead, he's using the back end of this Invis to head towards mid lane instead. Does he have enough to burst down HFN here? But there is Cat and Tusk nearby, so this could end up being trouble. Oh, a Courier's coming out. There's the Yules. Static Storm. Do they have enough to take him down here? No, they don't. Tusk comes in, and so does everyone else. Oh my god. ADR also shows up, and 747 is like, okay, that was not what I was expecting.
That was a big bait.
That was a big old bait.
There's no way. Like, he's got full refraction. You have to hit him, do 6 ticks of damage before you can even consider throwing a Laguna. It's one thing if he doesn't, if his refraction's on cooldown, because then you can look to blow him up before the snowball can even hit you, and maybe you die in return, but at least you kill the TA.
Oh, look at this. Tavo comes right in, and they get the quick kill on the Earthshaker. paiN Gaming, man. These guys are players.
They've got a bit of a window. No, they're just going to go for the tier 2 tower. With Deso damage, they've got a lot of push potential.
They just continue their siege, though. They have the power here.
No Static Storm, they know that. There's no Disruptor ultimate. That really limits your ability to teamfight if you're Fire right now.
Pulling the aggro with Thunderstrike as best as he can, but most of the damage had already been done. Not going to get low enough to deny territory. Oh, a minor glimpse back, but not close enough for a fissure follow-up from 747, it looks like. Bit too risky. Meanwhile, Jo has been trying to do a bit of a split push pressure here on his PL. Now gets hit with a snowball, but he actually looks to turn back on him. Can he finish him off in time? Oh, sees a TP, is like, I'm not going to bother. He just quickly gets the hell out of there. Core was very low, but will survive.
Fire made it go. They knew those kind of heroes TPing and maybe...
Oh, he got the glimpse! Got the glimpse and has the Static Storm. Whitebeard is waiting for an opportunity to utilize that disable. Gets the fissure thereafter, and they get the kill. Nicely done. They're able to finish off the TA. A kill they needed.
That was just... Plants the ward and immediately glimpses. With the night vision, there was like, you weren't getting vision of the TA, but the ward into glimpse was just really nicely done. Great play from Fluff there.
One step for Fire, but it's still feeling like paiN's game at this point.
It's a big kill on TA, but it's still a very farm TA, and Fire kind of struggling to be able to take objectives right now. Again, you've got Tavo being a bit of a menace. He should be getting punished split pushing, but he's just using the vision advantage. Like, he's waiting till he knows where heroes are on the map. You see 2 or 3 heroes bottom, you know they just killed TA there, and you've got at least maybe 20-30 seconds to push this top lane before you have to back off.
Bit of the Bone 7 build up here for Moo. Midas picked up on his Dark Seer, probably anticipating this is going to be going a bit longer here and wants to just accelerate the farm as much as possible. The next build up is going to be the mech, it looks like, after this Midas, but what do you think? Midas build up here goes a bit greedy, but it looks like they're just trying to get prep and prepared for what could be a high ground defense sooner than later.
Yeah, they've already got the superior team fight with Earthshaker Disruptor, so I think the Midas was just kind of like one of those overkill situations where it's not like you need to rush the mech, would be overkill, where it's like if you rush a mech just to get a better team fight, it's like, well, you had the better team fight regardless. You're better off securing more late game farm by going for this Midas build.
Pings flying out from both sides here as the Roche is being attempted here from paiN. They have certainly the extra bit of damage. Brian, he scouts it out with the kinetic field, follows it up Static Storm, but it's just one disruptor here. They're still going to be able to get this Roche. It's easily going to be snagged up here from HFN, and Whitebeard shows up, but it's a little too late. He's trying to do a universe, but that looks more like a $3 Echo Slam, to be honest with you. Not going to be good enough. He ends up going down, and they're going to get the quick follow-up thereafter, taking out 747. It's a double kill for HFN. Jo up on the other side, going to get tracked down from Tavo. Caught in the trees, able to easily cut them down, and he is on the run. paiN Gaming, more objective Dota, follows up with a couple of kills. Things continue to get better and better for the Brazilians.
Yep. They'll take a tier 1 tower. They don't even need the creep wave for this one. No backdoor regen on the tier 1s. And Jared did get the kill on Tusk. I think Tusk thought he could go in for the kill and tried to make a play.
Man, he was blown up. I looked in and he was dead.
That's TA things. He even got glimpsed back towards bottom, so it's like, hey, go rejoin your team after getting the kill. Does he find Moo here in the jungle?
Moo will find him, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how's it going there? Gets the trap. Can't stop him, though. Oh!
That trap gave vision. That was actually scary.
My God. He almost one-shot him there right in the end.
Yeah. All he needed was one more right click, which he almost got as well.
Moo is very clenched right now, so... Relaxes, though, as he makes it back to the fountain. That just seems to be the name of the game so far. Fire might have to be a bit more on edge and put in a passive position, which I'm sure they don't want to have to be in here. But they certainly have a ways to go if they want to be well prepped and prepared. We acknowledge that they should be having the better team fight on paper, but I guess they just kind of need to take a bit more time to have the farm necessary to get this team fight off. A Blink Dagger on your Earthshaker would be great. More damage output from Jo. He's able to finish the Yasha. Now we'll be going into the Diffusal thereafter. That's when things really get exciting for your PL.
And going for the Yasha really shows he's playing more the farming game. This is like a farming efficiency kind of item. More movement speed and just great value attack speed damage, and helps out your illusions a lot. So this is a farming item, kind of something you can later turn into a mana style if you want. And even if you don't turn it into a mana style, it increases your farm. You want to fight when you get Diffusal, and they're not ready to fight now, so rushing a Diffusal is just not really necessary for him.
Medallion going to be picked up here from your Nature's Prophet after he grabbed his Midas.
Solar Crest is a great item against PL.
Oh, yeah.
PL, not a hero who can easily build MKB, and it's kind of obvious normally which hero you can just pop it on whoever's getting targeted by his illusion army, and the evasion just helps him out a ton. So I like the Solar Crest build-up coming out from Tavo. Or what I can only imagine will be an upgraded Medallion into a Solar Crest with time.
The rest of his team still continue to add pressure towards this top lane. They have the Aegis, so why not? They're going to look to see if they can eliminate the remaining outer towers here. The top tier 2 seems to be the next target. Fire know this. Add a little bit of pressure mid lane, but ADR is quickly there with a call down to farm it on up. Do they decide to engage on this Gyro? No, Gyro already gets what he wants, and he just starts heading north to join the rest of his team. So Fire, instead, they'll look for a trade. They're going to get the tier 2 on bottom, or attempt to. Actually, I don't think they're going to get it at all. The rest of their team's already on the way up.
High ground here to make them TP.
Yeah.
They see the pressure at bottom, and they're like, okay, they're split pushing. Let's make them defend. This is the DDPL, but he's well behind the push that's coming top lane.
Yeah, he's not even halfway through that tower yet. Maybe just getting there now, and already HFN is starting to poke at this tier 3 here. They tried to slow them down with the fissure block, but now we have a double set of creeps moving on in here, plus some Treant protectors, and this tier 3 is set to drop. They still hold the glyph, not looking to use it on this tower, but they might have to do something. Where's our big vacuum wall? Not going to be there yet. Tier 3 goes down. There is a glimpse back. Kinetic field. Look at this. HFN just tries the man up on the jail. Gets big damage, but not going to be enough. He's going to be grabbed up into the snowball. Moves on in. Gets the uppercut onto Fluff. Fluff's still alive and well. Oh, big catch onto the 3. But there is going to be a Winter Curse return. Plus the wall drop down. ADR gets caught with the Laguna. Turns back with his BKB. Tries to put the focus on the 747. Goes right up into Yules. Tries to turn the corner to make it away, but it will not be happening. ADR cleans him up. Gets a double kill. 2 from Fire go down. They might be able to get Tusk. They will, but just as a response, HFN gets a kill himself. Immediate buyback has to come out from Whitebeard, yet to dish out the Echo Slam, but it's their Rex that are in trouble. And it looks like paiN Gaming are just going to withdraw.
They fall back. I think they could have maybe got it. They didn't realize that PL was actually on like a sliver of HP, which was forced to heal up at base, so they had a bit of time to play around, but they play it safe, which is fair enough. PL had a Diffusal, which is a very dangerous item. If you commit to that Rex, suddenly you're getting team wiped, and you can't run away from a Boots of Travel Diffusal PL, so I think they're well within their right just to back off there and not worry about completing the racks there, because they got a huge edge out of that, killing off all the core heroes on fire. They didn't get the PL kill, but they do some serious damage there and get some nice cash to play around with as a result.
Oh yeah, and that cash being spent here, a Sage, it looks like for ADR here, comes to him, a SMY, and well, HFN, he is just slaughtering supports elsewhere. Looks like Whitebeard is going to be the quick pickoff.
Well, the Earthshaker Blink will not be coming anytime soon, I imagine.
Oh, down to about 900 gold now. There really is not many places to safely farm, and those few safe farm places are probably reserved. Moo tries to go for a TP here. Can they stop him? Nope. Snowball had already been used, and same with the Walrus Punch, so the follow-up TP will not be stopped. 14-6 though, still paiN Gaming looking very strong after the Roche, after the fight, and after the push. Their net worth now pushes up past 5k. XP, not as dramatic their way. Still Fire holding on as far as the level matchup, but Dota's an objective game after all, and so far paiN are winning that one.
Yeah, I think the next major objective is going to be Roshan for them, and before they go for another push. With an Aegis on TA again, and they'll have their next line of items. Probably see a Solar Crest on Nature's Prophet, so you can just pop the Solar Crest on the TA, plus 10 armor and evasion for the high ground push. We'll see TA complete Manta Style potentially. I'm not entirely sure he's even going to upgrade the Yasha from anything. I think just Yasha BKB is probably the way to go here. BKB helps a lot against the PL because of the Diffusal with the mana break ability, which is really pesky to deal with, so I think TA going for a BKB and you get another Aegis, and then suddenly you're looking at lanes of racks just crumbling.
Now for the other side for Team Fire, 747, I don't know if we talked about it yet, decided to get the Shadow Blade, which is usually great if you're trying to get a quick pick off, let's say like on an AM or anyone who's trying to side farm a bit. But in this kind of a game, is it more valuable than trying to go for an Aghanim?
It's about to get him something. But
let's see. Bing, boom, bong, and you're right. Well, it helps secure a kill on Tusks like that, but you know, it's just one step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think 747 feels like he needs to make plays happen rather than just like play around his team. He needs to go and be a bit flashier, which is what the Shadow Blade gives him. A lot more solo pick-off potential. Going for the Ags, it tanks you up and it's more teamfight centric, which is going to almost definitely be his next game. You've got a BKB on Gyrocopter, BKB likely coming from Templar. Yeah, BKB is actually on the way, so TA just about to finish that. So Ags will definitely come next, but this is the idea behind this is you get a kill hero there, you force out sentries, gem on the Radiant side, and I mean, right now it's just going to be the one kill, but it will kind of change the way paiN play. They have to be a bit more cautious. Like, they can't have heroes like Tusk solo pushing out lanes anymore because there is that Shadow Blade. In the past, if he gets Yules, you just immediately snowball when you land and you don't actually get hit by the LSA.
Tavo also been saving him quite a bit of money since his commitment to the medallion. Now makes a purchase, and that's the Solar Crest. Now complete. Makes Roche that much easier and does that much more work, especially against that PL. We'll see how much effective use it's going to be. ADR is dancing around the front while the rest of his troops smoked up right behind him, including HFN, who is daring to tussle. Walks up past the creep. May not have been spotted here. They quickly ping out the illusion. He's going to walk away. They're enticed. They want to make a jump onto something, but nothing seems to be there. Fire already in a very defensive position. Back up and near the base.
And pretty obvious what's happening when you've got a Gyro just push this far up by himself. Like, he's the only one visible. You know the heroes are behind him. With it. You don't know their smoke necessarily. You just haven't got much vision if you're Fire here. So they're probably expecting that. And right now the big thing for Fire would be trying to find a way to contest the next Roshan. You've got Darkseer. The ideal scenario is you farm up Whitebeard's Blink Dagger before then, but he's still got a bit of a ways to go. Up to 1,600 gold. He's close, but that Roche respawn coming soon. Actually, as I say that, it's going to be almost a max respawn, so at least a bit of breathing room for Fire.
Yeah. It's a long one here, but they're looking at it as if they want to maybe consider trying to sneak it for themselves. Fluff is leading in with the casual D ward, see if maybe there's any traps or anything along the front, up on the... Yeah, he's going to walk out. Yeah. Free litter.
Look, one man's litter is another man's prized possession.
It's like when you're a support and the carry's like, who wants a bottle? Oh my god, me! Me! I never could afford one of those.
If only you got the stats from items like Wraithband. Like, suddenly Brian's like, yeah, sweet, I've got all this attack speed and a bit of bonus damage. Like, look at me go.
I'll take all of your hand-me-downs.
Back in the olden Dota 1 days where you could just pull items willy-nilly. Those were the days.
Yeah, not abusable at all.
My friend and I would just do this PA Nature's Prophet, where I'd play PA, he'd play Nature's Prophet, just spam ultimate, go Midas, and then pull me Divine Rapiers.
Oh, Jesus.
It's the most abusable thing ever.
Here is paiN taking a bit more of a reserved approach, waiting out for the Roche themselves, I would imagine here. Whoa. Keeping all 3 lanes pressed. Bottom lane, that's a BKB.
Okay. That's a freebie.
That's probably a misclick.
Yep.
Butterfingers here for HFN, but puts his attention back towards the mid lane. Hopefully no one saw that.
Yep. And trap in the Roche pit, so paiN are ready for the respawn. And right now, the game plan for paiN is keep lanes pushed out so that when Roche respawns, you're in a position where you can take it without having to be in an unfavorable fight.
Oh, Susie moves in LSA. There's Dragon Slave, there's Laguna, and there's a kill. Nice quick grab for 747. Just turns the corner and Shadow Blade. Hopes for the fact that they don't have a ward up there. They don't, so makes it in and gets the kill.
Yeah. This Shadow Blade's paid off, I'd say. And
yeah.
He's going to get to the Axe Scepter before the high ground push comes, which is the important thing.
If he 80 yard. Okay. Drops a casual call down. Jo walks right over it, and that'll be the end of it here. They look to ping out Moo. Steps back the rest of his team up on the high ground. Actually in a pretty good position here for Fire. They have high ground control, but it doesn't look like they really have key vision on what paiN are up to. Hitting every button. There it is. Trying to check the vision here for Fire. Yeah, they're a bit in the dark as far as what's happening right in the middle of the mid lane. It just forces paiN to stay together as a group and deal with top lane now. A long rotation all the way up and over. Is Roche up yet? It will be. There it is. This is their chance to quickly go in there and maybe get it done, but there's a trap right under them.
And not the best line for killing it as well. I mean, they definitely can. It just won't be like a quick TA minus armor, Roche is dead in 10 seconds. They've got like PL right-clicking and Lina throwing stuns. They do deward the trap. They know kind of it's one of those obvious plays to have a trap there, and it just makes paiN concerned that, okay, we don't have vision there, we don't have a trap in the pit. Did they smoke in there? Do we have to worry about this? They're going to be continually sending out treants and trying to get vision the old-fashioned way.
They head right towards the pit under the smoke.
Oh, Whitebeard.
And Whitebeard gets scouted. Just two-shot. Oh, man.
That
the disrespect.
Maybe Roche.
That was just a smack in the face. Whitebeard will go down, and because he's out of the picture, it's just an easy Roche go with that fancy new Solar Crest. This Roche is not going to be able to really muscle up. And what's happening over here? 747 and Fluff both waiting in behind. Almost getting scouted out from the Sigil. Uh-oh, they got to get the hell out of here. He has a TP, quickly goes, gets it off. Tried to scout him with the trap, but it's a bit too late. And for 747, he went out the other way, so he should be fine. All the meanwhile, Jo, I assume, had been farming the top lane here. He's actually getting pretty big here, gods. He's got a Manta, he's got a Diffusal, and he's got about 2,700 gold already saved up.
Oh yeah, he's up there. He's still just going to struggle a bit to find the BKBs. He's, I'd say, still at this stage reliant on the Diffusal to provide extra damage with his illusions, and fighting into a BKB, TA, and Gyro, 2 heroes with AoE splash damage. He may struggle to get a good amount of damage off. Oh, Lina, you just...
whoa! Do they have detection?
Someone surely does. There we go. Tusk with a gem.
Yep, moves in, catches out. 747. That's a minute. No buyback. Oh, man. Susie. That is the welcome mat right now for paiN to go right into this top lane and finish what they had started once before. Jo is desperately still pushing this top lane, but I don't think they're going to be able to do much about it to stop paiN from already getting this work done.
Yeah, paiN's going to go from mid lane as well, and they're going to go from 2 lanes and then probably TP back and try to deal with the split push. HFM getting slowing down by a glimpse here, but I think Fire know their only option right now is Jo split pushing, and already Tusk is up there to deal with it.
Tusk is there. This tier 3 is very low. He'll doppelganger back, but look at paiN. They're actually not going to commit to mid lane here. They're trying to cancel some TPs, and Fluffo goes down immediately. Turn around, quick kill from HFN, gets caught inside a Stag Storm, but the Glimmer's going to be there from Cat to save him, and whoa, quick blink from Whitebeard. Could have taken him down next to death if that did connect, but is able to etch away. Cat slowly etched behind here, getting a bit of damage from Jo. Will be able to make it away. So very touch and go here from paiN in the mid lane. Fire do lose Fluff, but he's very low death timer. Will be able to come back, but without his Static Storm.
Yeah, looks so like they get the top lane of Rax. They don't get mid as well, which would have been nice, but they hold on to the Aegis. They basically say, let's reset. TA's completely out of mana, so we can't even really push with TA. Like, if you push with TA, TA's first life with Aegis is just going to be for nothing, because you can't even use Refraction right now, so they'll basically reset, find a regen rune, as you do when your TA has no mana, and probably look to push things out again. But
Here comes 747. Oh, not there in time to see Tavo
to use the Yules, yeah. And yeah, Tavo's going pure utility. Goes for Vlad's after the Solar Crest.
Yep.
I'd like to see him just get a BKB as well, maybe.
Oh, mid lane. Bit of a tussle here. Moo going to get hit with the meld.
Oh, he's stuck.
Still fine. He's stuck in the trees. There's going to be the vacuum, but called out comes thereafter, and a snowball forward, and Moo is down. He'll be out for a minute. No buyback for him. And it looks like with the wall being out of the picture here, paiN feel a little less worried about the high ground defense. They still have Whitebeard with a blinking Echo Slam. Looks like Fluff has the Static Storm now. It just comes off cooldown. And Jo is here. 747 as well with Laguna at the ready. Tries to keep these creeps at bay. But paiN are persistent. They are going to continue to siege and not looking to walk away until they get this Rax.
Yeah, HFN just keeps going in. Blinks forward.
Goes for Fluff. Gets him down. There's going to be no Static Storm there. Tries to follow it up with a connection on the 747, who is able to make it away. Jo looks to go right into the mix right here. HFN very low, but of course it is just the Aegis. Winter's Curse. It looked like on an illusion. Not going to be very effective at that front. HFN still alive and well, even getting the urn at this point. Eats a Dragon Slave. Tier 3 will be going down. Decides to step back. There's going to be the pop of the Aegis there. And Tavo now going to be the focal point here from Jo. Eats a bit of damage, but is going to get healed up now from the Cold Embrace. There's a jump forward from HFN. Big strike onto Jo, but decides to turn his attention back onto the Rax. Well, look at this. Tusk. It's going to be the bouncer here. Keeps Jo back at bay and away from the Rax, which means they can look to finish it off. That's a huge vacuum into an Echo Slam, but the call down, the mighty call down from ADR, charges on through and just wipes the floor of Fire. The Rax come crumbling down thereafter, and paiN have got to hightail it out of there if they want to walk away with this bit of reward. But what a big glimpse back coming out from Fluff. Brings it right to Jo, but Jo, even having a bit of a struggle, will be able to finish him off. So 4 do end up going down all day from the side of paiN Gaming. Fire do lose so much more, though. Another set of Rax is going to be down, and that did cost them quite a few buybacks.
Yeah. 4 down. They take the gem, but you're in a position where you're down 4 Rax, and that's a big problem right now. You've got a PL, so there is some late game hope. PL, one of the better late game carries to have, especially at dealing with being down a couple lanes of Rax, and we'll see where Fire go from here. But yeah, this is a really tough spot for them. The buybacks especially, the really big concern there.
747 moving along the bottom now with Jo. They're hoping for a quick pick and a chance to maybe push in and force out a buyback, possibly from TA. Yeah.
They'd love to do, yeah, exactly. They just used buybacks and really took a cripple to their farming economy. They'd like to do the same to paiN if possible.
Not going to be easy. Even this Nature's Prophet proving to be a bit difficult to push into with these ultimates flying out. And quickly a shard thereafter. And ADR showing that he is here and ready for business if they want to bother trying to push themselves into the base, which it looks like they do. Jo starts moving in here, flexing his Scotty.
And they're not going to have to use this buyback.
No, certainly not. 13 seconds and HDR will be up. 747 just trying to get out as much damage as possible. Not even going to be able to get that tier 3 down to half life, and they scoot back.
So Jo back to pushing the mid lane, and paiN probably just back to kind of cautious play until they get another Aegis, and this time it'll be Aegis and Cheese. So if you're Fire, you're thinking if they get Aegis and Cheese, it's actually game over. We just use buybacks. They can just kind of push straight down the bottom lane and brute force our last lane of Rax. So Fire, we're going to be doing everything right now for Fire is about not letting paiN get the next Aegis, next Roshan. You've got to ward up. You've got to play super aggressive. As much as you're incredibly far behind, the only way you get back into this game is by playing aggressive, playing risky, going through constant ganks and applying pressure. And that's exactly what they're going to do down towards this bottom lane.
Look at this. They're swinging all the way around here. HFN does pull back. Courier goes down. Laguna flies out. They get a quick kill on the Wyvern. They're looking to converge onto the Tusk. The Tusk commits a snowball. Right for 747. It gets the Yules off. Oh, Static Storm not going to be there as he's able to blink away. Call down also going to be right in that spot. But this is not turning out to be the gank that Fire were hoping for. It does force out the BKB there from Gyro. But the commitment happens down below. HFN makes the committed jump onto Jo. Jo is able to doppelganger. Back away. Walrus Punch flies out, but he's going to be forced to snowball. Oh, quick catch right there. 747 going to get annihilated from HFN. But it's going to be ADR who picks up the kill. Now decides to step back. Jo looking to overcommit. There's a wall. There's an echo from Whitebeard, but it's not enough. ADR is going to be able to turn around once again. Starts charging towards Jo, who is going to get the doppelganger. Makes it up and over the trees and away from trouble. Fluff tries to help out with the glimpse, but he's still in pursuit. Trap goes off. Moo's able to make it away from trouble. 2 go down from the side of Fire at the cost of just a Tusk for paiN.
Yeah, they're throwing and committing everything, and it's just not really working out well for them. The gem going back in the Radiant hands. Shadow Blade was picked up by Tavo, so there's not really any dire detection for this with the Shadow Blade now lost. So it's going to just help him out, get away from the PL especially, who keeps being very annoying to deal with.
Man, HFN was even still on the heels of Fluff right there. But wasn't able to catch up. Now instead puts his focus onto the last outer tower. Even though they already are 2 racks down, this is the opportunity now for paiN to kind of finish what they have started in this game. It's going to be a lot of pressure here on Fire to do one hell of a defense if they want to hold this one out. Or paiN can, of course, take it a bit slow. We'll have to see what the secondary timer is going to be for Roche here. If it's a small timer, that would be pretty swell for paiN, and it is a tiny timer. So paiN are going to be pretty happy by this. In about 30 seconds time or so, a new Roche will be up, and they can certainly do it very, very fast.
Yeah, they'll be headed straight there. They've got the trap vision. Dire vision non-existent right now. They've got no wards up on the map, and the Radiant team have great control around the Roche pit. So again, Fire have to keep playing aggressive, cannot let Roshan go the way of paiN, or it is 100% game over. They seem to know this. They're posturing around the Roshan pit. They're going to keep trying to scout out themselves. They de-ward one of the Radiant ward around the Roshan pit, although there is still one more to deal with.
And there's traps all over, as well as a trap near the Ancient camp.
They scouted the Roshan spawn there, so at least they know it was a quick respawn, and they have that to deal with. But
ADR's like, I'm a-coming. I don't even need my team. I'm a-coming. Oh, man. Peeps it around. Tavo also nearby. Casts a Sprout from the high ground here. Look at this smoke movement, though, coming out from Fire. Oh, 747 might run right into ADR here. They see him, but there's no backup yet. He's going to need a lot more. Blink forward. There's going to be the Fisher, but oh no, it's caught on the other side. Jayo's going to be there. Still able to get the Laguna off and a few right clicks, but he is now into the safety territory.
Snowball
and the Snowball is going to throw him right back in the fire. No, quickly cancel. Was it on a creep? It's going to be stopped right ahead of time. Cat, oh man, big curse. Does catch onto him, and oh, it's going to annihilate Susie, and Moo is also caught into the mix. Here we go. Tavo looking to jump in. They're going to commit everything. A big Echo Slam. It's only enough to finish off Tavo. Then again, the name of the game, Fire, just not enough gunpowder to be able to blow down paiN. They continue to withstand and just clean up what's remaining. Jo, though, one of the lone survivors, looking to man up here on ADR. Oh, they take each other out. ADR, it's a triple kill for him, but Jo, it cost him his own life. Bloodshed all over the place. What is it, a 4? Oh my goodness, look at the buybacks already coming out.
They want to end this game.
Yep.
There's only
4
a PL
buybacks all day from both sides. ADR TP's right to the mid lane. Moo is there, a vacuum pull on HFN. He's eating a lot of damage. Jo's able to finish him off, and as you said, a dieback is going to be here for HF. And oh man, ADR is able to get the kill onto Moo. They look back for Tavo. Tavo able to barely etch it out, but ADR is still left. He's BKB'd, and he is just trying to truck his way through with the help of Tavo here. Jo able to get the surge, walking away. Cat and company. It's an exposed throne. This is their chance to stop. Whitebeard moves in, gets a big fissure, but the quick limber is going to be there for ADR. They pop the dust. They will see him now. He's retreating out, but they want him so bad. There's going to be the glimpse right back towards the throne. A big vacuum pulls him even further away. He's getting tossed all over the place. Eventually, he will go down.
That's a double dieback.
It's a double dieback. 90 seconds for ADR, 74 seconds.
Okay, that's one way back in the game. PL has boots of travel. I think if you're PL, you just go bottom here and...
Oh, almost got Cat. Laguna. Dragon Slave's going to miss.
He's got him now.
Boop. Got him there.
And kills bottom lane. It may get the kill on Tavo. Has no detection, though.
No detection here. What is happening? Fire coming back.
That, if it kills Tavo there, that's a third dieback.
50 seconds for
This is a lane of
TA.
racks.
Jo's moving in.
Do you go for the throne here? That'd be a ballsy call to make. You've got 45 seconds with no TA. Winter Wyvern will be back in 30, and that's a Winter's Curse, which can be a problematic spell to do. Winter Wyvern just going to say, screw it, I'm buying back now, and trying to find a good curse.
He's got to get in there. He's got to get, a good curse off. He's got to get some Splinter Blast flying, rid of these pesky Jo illusions, but it's obviously not going to be easy. Tier 3 goes down, and now they're moving in for the racks here. Tavo's trying to split push and keep the pressure at the top. Dishes out at the nature now. to try to slow down Jo, but it's not going to be happening. He just gets one Rex, and he's like, I got to go for this FNG.
He bought Vlad's. He actually went all in with this item pickup. He said, I'm not buying any big late game item. Let's just get an item to try and end this game. 9 seconds on TA, though. They actually will not get this throne quick enough. They're going to have to take a fight.
Here they go. 4 seconds. TA will be back. 1 tier 4 to go down here before the Rex is going to be exposed. They have to work their way through another, and look at this. Tusk going to try to slow him down. Blink in. Pop uppercut. Jo's got to go back, but a curse will catch him on the way out here. Oh, he's in big trouble if he gets caught. Oh, turn around, Echo. There's the wall. There's the vacuum. Cat's going to be forced to self-cold embrace. Jo is able to make it away with that help, and they're able to take down the Wyvern once again with the help of the Laguna from 747. Now everyone's back.
Yeah, they've held on, and they're looking for pickoffs.
And they're trying to make them pay. paiN Gaming on the roll here. HFN trying his best. Tavo cut him off at the pass here. 747 trying to etch away, and he pops his ghost and will go down. That's a gem also on the deck, though Susie does have a buyback.
Oh, God, they salvage things. They also get a Roshan now. There's a DD rune and everything.
Oh, they'll get it so fast.
Yeah. That was close to throws. I mean, maybe they could have gone for the top lane of Rex instead of going for the throne. I think either way it was going to be tough for them. Or they could have just fallen back. They'd say, hey, look, it's now 2 lanes of Rex to 1 lane of Rex. This is still anyone's game. PL definitely goes better towards the late game than a TA does. But decisions were made, and especially bad ones made on the paiN side. Those diebacks when they went for the game-ending push where PL just cleaned them up.
Here we go. Another smoke here from Fire. Fluff uses it, plants down a ward to the high ground here, and then they're going to get the surge. They're looking to move on forward.
They see 2 heroes bottom. They see they saw the Prophet. I don't know if they saw the Wyvern. I think they know Wyvern just respawned. They wanted to jump TA.
They're desperate to get a catch. Fluff is way too far if he wants to get a glimpse. Oh no, they catch him out. They do see him. They move in. They get HFN. This TA is going down. That's 1 Aegis as the rest of the Calvary going to be showing up. paiN Gaming try to get there in time. They preemptively put down the Static Storm. There's a quick doppelganger. HFN is going to be able to withstand as the snowball moves on forward. They put their focus on the Jo. They got the uppercut. They trap him with the Sprout. There's the Fissure, but there's not going to be an Echo Slam yet. Ready to go. They get the wall drop. Mood looking to go up from the front, but Jo does go down. 100 seconds out without a buyback here. Fire need to hope that they can hold off as much as possible, but ADR is just too beastly at this point. Fluff should be brought down in just a moment, holding on with just a Ghost Scepter. They're moving on forward. Tusk is able to scout at 747, and he's going to get quickly shredded apart. Moo, one of the last ones left, uses his Surge to make it back into base. Fluff, preemptive and quick buyback here. Probably going to be one of the lone survivors to defend, as Moo will now also get punched on down. And this could be it. A valiant effort for Fire to try to bring this game back, but they are not going to be able to do it. paiN are able to hold, and they will win, and they will take out Fire 2-0 in this best of 3.
Great series, I gotta say. paiN especially, impressive performance, both Game 1 and Game 2. Tavo, to me, was almost the player of this series. His Brood recovery this game around, like playing a kind of unconventional hero, being very impactful as far as going for all these utility items for his team. And also HFN, both games very impressive. I mean, all 3 cores have been fantastic. I mean, not to take anything away from the supports and what they accomplished, like ADR, 0 deaths in Game 1, 17-3 this game. HFN